Hello everyone, my name is Eurofan, and today I wanted to talk about a movie I saw. Well, this is gonna be on my playlist called, what was it again? Fuck, I forgot its name. Hold up. My Review On, right? Yep. The second installment of my review on. The first one was Your Name, an anime movie, that's what I called it. And today it's gonna be an animation as well, although it's not gonna be an anime. It's gonna be about this 2020 Disney Pixar movie called Soul. Before I start this video, I just want to quickly say if you enjoy the content, or if you don't, just subscribe and like the video. Thank you. This movie, I feel like, at least that's how I felt like, is a waste of potential, and I'll talk about why I think it's a waste of potential later on. Let's get into the review, shall we? So the visuals were on par with one of the best I've ever seen for animation. The visuals alone should be enough to sell you this movie. It's amazing. One of the scenes where our main character, I actually forgot his name. Was it? You know what? I'm not gonna even try to remember his name. So one of the scenes where he dips his sand on the beach, right? I'll pull it up right now. In fact, where he puts his feet on the beach, and there are like sand grains on his toes, on his big toes, and like his middle toe, I guess. I don't know its name. The attention to detail. It's cartoony enough to tell you that this is not real life, but it's real life enough to tell you, hey, this is a serious thing, that we're not gonna like lean on this cartoon-esque thing, except for the soul part, where it gets its movie from. Those parts in the movie Soul. The visuals were outstanding. Like, they were one of the best I've ever seen. I don't know what I was expecting. The trailers were pretty good. They showed you what they can do, but oh my god. Like, your eyes actually like ejaculated when it saw you. Were amazed. It was amazing. Like, what can I say? What more can I say? It was outstanding. The plot was very good. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you boys, and girls, ladies and gentlemen, and anything in between. The plot was amazing. Well, let's not call it the plot, because calling it, what the movie's talking about, basically, I forgot its name. The message, the message. The message of this movie was great. You know, I don't want to spoil anything. I'll probably spoil later on, because it's so hard to talk about the plot and the message of the story without spoiling anything. But it was amazing. You know, it was emotional. It was great. I personally really liked it. It actually touches a person. Like, I remember getting teary-eyed. I didn't cry, but I could see someone crying on this, especially like a failed actor, or like, no, not failed actor. Matt Pat, please. He had it on his. I'll probably pull up Matt Pat saying it instead of me. Starving actor. Anyway. So the story revolves around this person who's trying to get into jazz. He's a pianist. The story is just amazing. Well, what it tries to tell, it's amazing. The ending is, in my opinion, again, the ending is good. I could tell you that much, but I think it'd be better if he just let go. That's trying not to spoil anything here, because, you know, the sequence he had before reaching the other side, and this is still not me spoiling anything, by the way, it showed you that he lived his life. You know what I mean? If you watch the movie, you'd know what I mean, and I highly recommend you guys watch this movie. It's very good. So, you know, the characters were lovable. The second actor was amazing, the female actor. I'll put her name right now on the screen. I'll put the main actor's name, the guy in the trailers, basically. They were great voice actors. The audio engineering in this movie was amazing. I watched this with headphones, with audiophile headphones. I don't know if they're considered audiophile. The Sennheiser HD598 SR is what I was watching it with, and the audio engineering done, it was amazing. Every time he clicked the piano key, it would, like, for example, in a scene, the piano keys were on the right, and when he pressed the piano keys, I don't doubt that they were the right keys, and they were on the right of my headphones. Like, I heard it from the right. And the piano was like not straightforward, but it was kind of jagged, if that makes sense. Like, how do I say this? The right side was closer to me than the left, and when he clicked it, the right side was closer to me, to my hearing, than the left side. When he clicked the left side, it felt more away. The soundtrack was on par with one of the best. It wasn't the Incredibles level, you know, it wasn't the Incredibles. It was, again, not like Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse levels, but it was amazing. Like, this movie didn't need this great of a soundtrack, and I know it was about a musician. So the soundtrack you'd expect to be amazing, and it was, but it was like more than it needed to be. Like, this was one of the shining parts. Even though you'd expect it to be very good, it was above that. It wasn't, like I said, the Incredibles level, but it was way up there. It was pretty high, you know? Some gripes I have with the movie, some of the plot points were yada yada, if that makes sense. And that's how CinemaSins puts it. Some plot points are yada yada, just they skip the whole point. And you don't need to know about it, but they were important plot points. Like in the Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse, there were points that were yada yada, but they weren't very important points. They were not like plot changing, But one of the main plot points of this movie was very yada yada. I like the character too, where he's like a quantum being. He, she, it, they're all connected basically. It was wonderful. They were 2D, which is very cute. I love that aspect. Like, they're not 3D, they're abstract. Because they are, we don't know them yet. That's wonderful. I really like that. Well, like I said, the plot points, very important ones, were yada yada. If it was like unimportant side plots, I wouldn't talk about it. I wouldn't bring it up because they're not important, like I said, like Into the Spider-Verse. There were plot points that were yada yada, but they weren't important. They were like side plot points. They just skimmed over it, and it's fine. You don't want to see the whole process. But like very important points, like for example, the seed leaf that was falling, that was an important plot point. Collecting all the badges and then giving it to someone else, that's an important plot point. You'd understand if you watch the movie, basically. Otherwise, I got nothing bad to say this movie. That's why I call it a missed potential. It's wasted potential. It has the potential to be up there with The Incredibles. It had the potential to be up there with like the best of the best. The Spider-Mans, the Toy Stories, at least 2, Ratatouilles, These movies are cream of the crop. They are the best of the best. And it had the potential. The story was right there. But important plot points, that was weak, If it didn't have that. It had some comedy for kids, but I let it slide, it wasn't the worst, you could just go there and really, but like, this movie is a kid's movie after all. Like, it's more of an adult movie, but there has to be kid elements, so you have an excuse to go to the movie, right? It's not full-on Ratatouille, but it's not like full-on Trolls, if you know what I mean. So putting this on my list from 0 to 30, I'd probably give it a 26 or a 27 out of 30. It's very good, but it was a waste of a 29 of a movie. So that's kind of disappointing, but you should definitely give this movie a chance, especially if you're like a teen like me, going in his 20s, a young adult, or a full-on adult. I think this movie will touch you because it did touch me. Not in that way, you fucking weirdo. Thanks for watching. I hope I see you in the next video. I hope I see you in every one of my videos. Take care. Bye.